Welcome back to Titancraft. Today, we are heading out with Lima Bravo here to do something I've never actually done in this game before now. Clear an ocean monument of its Elder Guardians. Lima is digging underneath of the water at my base area for some materials, and I'm going to need these Elder Guardians gone anyway to eventually build my Guardian farm, so he's helping me go in and get rid of them. We make our way through the maze of the monument and pretty easily dispatch all 3 Elder Guardians. This was actually way easier than I thought it would be. Took hardly any time at all, and actually inspired me to do the same thing solo to a couple of other monuments in the area. I wanted to show you real quick the storage, how it's shaping up for the Nether Hub. This is all the donation chests. This is what the hub storage looks like nowadays. This is all storage for the hub itself. This hub and these tunnels need so many materials, and the team here is doing such a good job of keeping it all organized. We have a spreadsheet that people are keeping organized and up to date with donations and all the materials we have. I'll address the elephant in the room, or the ghast in the room. Hubby the ghast. I have no idea what happened here or where this came from, but they've caught a ghast, and it's the hub mascot. Supplies for the east tunnel, the west tunnel, the north tunnel, and the south tunnel, because all the tunnels need different types of supplies. We've got storage for all 4 of them. I love it. I love to see this come together. I love seeing the organization happen, and I love seeing how hard people are working. It's really great. And up here on the nether ceiling, there's some things happening. People hard at work. You can hear distant explosions down in the Nether Hub as these 2 crazy people, Joe Host and Dead Knight, have been doing the blowing up here, and they're starting to get the outline here for what the giant hole in the nether ceiling is going to be. I can't wait for you guys to see, for everyone to see how this is going to end up turning out. It's going to be it's a pretty big hole. I am going to keep working on the hub. I have several things that I want to do at my base, but I'm going to be switching back and forth between really focusing on the hub and focusing on little things here and there at the base area. But the hub now is going to be a priority for me to try to get built until it's done. After working for a while on this last night, it seems someone else has come along and added some of the greenery that's on the side of this. Wow, okay. So the deal with this section is a lot of this this whole lower part rather, is underwater, all the way up to that basically. And there's going to be a lot of like grass and coral and blue going all the way up the side here in kind of like a gradient. I still haven't finished the frog lights up there yet because we don't have quite enough yet, and so I'm gonna go grab the materials that I need to start filling this area in. I'm not sure how far I'll get in one sitting, but I'm gonna see how much I can get done here. And someone finished this whole bridge here, which is really cool. The other four sides, the other four tunnels are gonna have the same thing, but yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do filling this in and getting some of this blue gradient going here. Let's take a quick break from that to visit Limburger in the map art world. This is actually the first season that Titancraft has had a dedicated map art world because of how popular making it is on the server. Lim's got some huge plans with map art this season, so has a pretty huge area to prepare. The map art world has a layer of water over top of it, and Lim's preference is to clear that water to make a platform on which to build his map art. So he's setting off these flying machines to clear the water. I sat and watched the flying machines work for a while. A couple of them stopped pretty quickly, probably being unloaded or something, but most of them kept going to do a full sweep of the area. This was just the first pass, a test, but because of how successful it was, he's going to repeat this process down the entire length of his claimed area. Very glad for him that this ended up working out well, and it was fun to watch it happen. Alright, checking back in here after a few more days of work. We've got a full perimeter of this gradient of blue here. There's some little spots of where you can still see the frog lights. Ow. Where you can still see the frog lights. That is because there's going to be other things here. You can kind of see a little hint of what's happening. Just to give you a little bit of context about what this is going to be. This bottom area is going to be basically underwater, an underwater look. This top layer here, and actually I can show you because I put it in here. Figured I might as well at least just like show where it is. I put in this little 1 block wide thing of glass here. This is going to be the top of the water. So everything underneath of this will be considered underwater. Starting right here, I don't have any on me, but say like this is stone. This is where some terraforming is going to start taking place, some landscaping here. There's going to be a whole outer ring of landscaping that I'm probably going to focus on next, I believe. This is kind of like the stone terraforming. It's not going to be just stone, but basically mostly stone terraforming going down into the water. And whenever it hits this glass layer, this water level layer, everything underneath of it is blue to kind of give this nice saturated blue look to the water. I found that if I kept this whole underwater area just like the same block palette as the above water area, it just didn't quite pop the way that I wanted it to. The glass was not doing it. All the stuff I was putting underneath here was not doing it for me. I really wanted this hub to be very colorful and very vibrant and very striking, and that's just like what I saw when I was imagining how it looked. Once the glass is in, you can't really see that much of the detail underneath of here. There's going to be a few glass layers. It's not the same exact fog effect that a lot of people do, where it's like every other layer is glass to get the fog effect. I found that was a little bit too foggy, and I wanted to see more detail. So it's actually, there's 3 layers in between each layer of glass. So it's not quite as much, not quite as heavy as a fog effect, but there is still a fog effect when you do that. But you can see underneath of the water when you do that. And you'll see that when we get to that point. One thing that people have been doing, and I actually haven't done any of this, is this seagrass and this coral here. This is going to be all over this underwater area. You can even see some places where I just kind of went ahead and marked off where some seagrass is going to go. I don't think I got all of them. We'll have to refer to the world download. They've been doing a really good job, from what I can tell, of transferring this over to the server from the creative world. Something I did was actually I finished this connection here. There was a giant hole here in the last clip that you saw of this, and I filled that in. I finished the terraforming going up to the island. I don't know if you noticed, I also filled that in completely all the way up to the top here. This is all going to get blown out, the bedrock here, eventually. It's been quite a tedious process placing all these frog lights, and I felt bad making anyone else do it, so I just went ahead and did it myself. One other last thing that I've done so far here, if I can make it in, here we go, is this little area here. I have not finished it. There's going to be some more stuff in here, some more helpful stuff and some more decorative stuff. But if you look up here, that leads up to, it's blocked off right now with ice, but that leads up to the main crossroads of the hub. And people can, the big thing I wanted to do was, this is where the water is going to be. You can see, this is the water edge right here. These portals that are now floating, like that's a portal right there to part of the shopping district area, or it might be the entertainment districts. Some of these are entertainment district and some of these are shopping district portals, these little things that are popping off here. And those are actually going to be portals that are decorated. I've designed them to be within the build and not just like random floating portals that are boring and not very good to look at. So those will actually be accessible from the glass water, like the water surface. And I want people to be able to get down to that surface very easily if they don't have an elytra, get back up to the spawn portal and up to the main crossroads if they don't have an elytra. I wanted everything to be accessible through walking. We're all working very hard. There's so much hard work being put in into this project by so many people. We've collected so many resources. The storage is like so full. People have been so generous and donating so much, and people have spent so much time collecting resources for us. And people have spent so much time working on the tunnels. I wanted to show you the spring tunnel and how it's coming along. The east tunnel, east/spring. There's a random iron golem back there for some reason. Don't know what that's about. All right. So these tunnels, like, they're not done yet. There's still quite a bit to do, but like, wow, I'm really impressed with the progress that's being made here. It's only been a couple weeks since the server opened, and I'm just blown away. I really thought this process, the point that we're at right now, would have taken longer to get to than it has. So that's enough rambling. I'm going to jump right in to the next part of my hub building process. After another few days, which is what that time lapse that you just saw represents, this whole ring of landscaping out here, it's not fully done yet because I was basically trying to build around where buildings are going to go. There's going to be a whole bunch of buildings on top of this going all around the ring, and that's kind of hard to build around. I had considered building both the landscaping and the buildings at the same time, but trying to fit all of that stuff in my inventory would have just wouldn't have worked. It was already a big of enough pain trying to fit everything for each section of the landscaping into my inventory. It looks really weird right now, especially with all the frog lights just sitting behind it. But the next thing, actually, before I do the buildings, I think I will probably fill in this whole thing, so you don't see any more frog lights through any of it. But that's probably going to happen in the next episode. I'm going to move on to something else for now. As I did in the previous 2 episodes, I want to share with you some of my previous builds on Titancraft. This time, the final of these showcases from Titancraft Season 8, last season. This season I took on 2 of the biggest projects I'd done so far on this server. First, the Nether Hub. This season, the mod team let members of the community submit designs for the Nether Hub before the season started. My design was chosen, and I am extremely grateful that it was. I'm really proud of how this hub turned out. Just like the current season, Lima Bravo helped me to co-lead a huge team of people that helped dig out, collect materials for, and build the hub and tunnels on the server. I was going for a sort of dark, science fiction, fantasy-esque vibe, maybe a dwarven-like race building underground on an alien planet over this subterranean lake of who knows what. Also, this is Cable. He's been on Titancraft from the beginning, and likes to build statues of himself throughout the server. I'm sure you've seen him a few times at this point during the previous season showcases. This time, he's a troll doll under the bridge. I felt so honored to have the opportunity to design and build this hub, and I'm so appreciative of everyone that helped to get it done. It was a really great experience. A short trek down the north tunnel of the hub brings us to my second project of the season, a public end portal area. Let's take a quick trip down the tunnel, through the portal, and out the other side. Welcome to my interpretation of Erebor from The Hobbit. Sitting at the bottom, in the center, on his massive pile of gold and treasure, is Smaug. At his feet, topping off his treasure, is the public end portal. This is a build inspired by dwarves, an underground area carved out to create an intricate system of walkways, rooms, and tunnels which can be explored until you get lost within them. On each side of this massive center area are fully walkable and explorable structures. There are treasure rooms, common areas, libraries, throne rooms, statues, vaults, mine shafts that lead to cave systems, and so much more. This build also features 2 more public areas that I maintained from the time this area was finished to when the season ended. A public XP furnace array, powered by cactus and bamboo, and a public storage system that anyone could take anything from and give anything to. This public storage was extremely popular, helping tons and tons of people get rid of things they no longer needed and find things they did need for their builds. It's an automatic storage system designed by LumiThief on YouTube, and it ran quite well as long as I stayed in the area to keep it loaded while it worked. Players could input items and or shulkers to the donation chests. Any shulkers would be unloaded, and all items would then be sent to the storage system to await sorting. The XP furnace array is powered by these 2 farms outside of the walls. This large cactus farm, which was so efficient that I didn't even need to build the second one I had planned, and this bamboo farm underneath, which provided more than enough fuel. And now you can see also that this entire build is just a facade, built within a large hole in the ground surrounding a former stronghold. This is one of my favorite builds that I've ever done, and I'm so happy that people found it as useful as they did during this season. Anyone could drop off any of their stuff, and anyone could come get any stuff for free. So, yeah, go ahead and walk on through and take a look around. The end portal itself is at the dragon's feet. Yeah, just go ahead and just take it all in for a second.
Oh my!
There's a lot to explore here. It's huge. All 4 sides are the same, and they're meant to be just a backdrop. One thing I want to do real quick before I move on to the next project is take some of these netherite ingots that I've collected and start upgrading my tools here. I've been using these tools pretty exclusively, and I've even named them, which is something that's very highly suggested on a server like this with lots of people. If you ever die and your stuff goes everywhere and someone finds it, they can very easily return it to you if you got your name on it. But yeah, I'm gonna take these netherite ingots. I've been just kind of getting these. I've literally not gone ancient debris mining at all. Whenever I feel like it over the past couple weeks, I've been going Bastion hunting in the resource world Nether, and just going around to all the Bastions that I find, checking all the chests, mining all the gold. The Nether Hub needs a ton of gold, many thousands of blocks of gold, and I've just kind of been, whenever I feel like doing something grindy, I just go off in the resource Nether and chip away at the gold and collect whatever I can. And in the process, I've gotten so many netherite ingots, ancient debris, netherite scraps. I've gotten so much gold. I've been going around just getting lots of nether gold ore throughout the nether, killing lots of piglin brutes, which don't really scare me even at this point, because I've dealt with them and they're pretty slow with all the lag, with all the people that are online. Another thing that I got a lot of while I was out Bastion hunting is netherite upgrades, which you now have to upgrade to netherite, which would be a pain in the butt if I didn't go and do this and collect all these. Let's see here. If I look in this chest right here, I've got 38. I have not copied a single one of these. These are all just from raiding Bastions. I've also got a bunch of pig steps. I literally just stopped grabbing pig step from the Bastions because there was no point anymore in grabbing them. I've got tons of these snout armor trims, which I also stopped collecting because I'm not even sure I'm going to use them. But I'm going to take my netherite upgrades here, and we're going to upgrade these tools to netherite. I'm going to grab this guy's workstation here. Very nice. First netherite tools. I really like the look of netherite tools. Much prefer them over diamond, so I am quite happy to finally have this upgrade. And I still have plenty more left over to upgrade more in the future. And all that talk is kind of a good segue into the next project for this episode. Probably the project that we will end the episode on is making a gold farm. The one that we're going to be building requires a lot of portals, so we have a lot of obsidian here. I think maybe half a stack of this will be left over when we're done. And I've got all these other supplies here, all collected for the gold farm. I've got an idea in mind of what I want to do with it. And this is going to be kind of over in that general direction that way. I'm going to grab all my materials, head on over there to that little spot on the ocean, and start building. I'm just going to boat over there because I might as well. Oh. Okay. All right. I wasn't expecting this. I have seen these pop around before on the server, so I'm not that surprised to see it, I guess. I've seen them pop up quite a bit, actually, as I've explored the server. I haven't been out here in a long time. I usually am in the Nether, working on the Nether Hub, or in the end of the Wither Rose farm. I have no idea when this was built and put here. It looks like I have my light overlay mod on. Refuge kitty. All right. Oh, and the server's restarting in 30 seconds. Lovely. I'm just going to leave this be. It can stay there for a while. So we're coming over here to the kind of northwest corner of the claim area that I have here. This is the farthest point west in the ocean that I plan on being. The center of my base on the ocean here is going to be at that monument over there, of course, as I've said. And there's going to be different things spread out from that center point, and this is the most western point that I'm going to be. I have a screenshot of the exact coordinates I need to go to and start building a platform, so I'm going to go to those. All right, so this is the exact point that I need to be at. 3, 28, 26, 27. I'm going to grab some of this kelp so I can just place a block up above here so I can tower my way up to the platform I want to make. Place that, like that, and I want to have this platform be at 85, and that's looking at 85, so that's 83. And actually I'm going to grab a couple things here. I'm going to grab a redstone block and a redstone lamp. This is the point that I'm going to start building the platform around, is this redstone lamp here. 84, 85, and this is the level the platform is going to be built at. I'm going to just kind of start building a platform out. It's going to go in all different directions. You know, before actually I start really placing this around, I've got the measurements here, and I'm actually just gonna go out to the border of the platform. The border of the platform is going to be deep slate. So I can go out to the border, place the deep slate border, and then just kind of fill it in from there. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is alternate between deep slate bricks and polished deep slate, and just kind of make my border around like this. I know a lot of people build nether-based gold farms, like on the nether ceiling, but for this farm, I'm doing it in the overworld with portals. An overworld farm like this fits well with my base plans. This is basically going to be a collection of large portals, which give a lot of surface area for zombie piglins to spawn, who will then be attracted to turtle eggs and sent down to the kill chamber. We have a rule on the server that farms can have no more than 20 max-size portals, so that's how many we're doing. So that's 4 sides with 5 portals each. This specific setup is one I've seen several times in past seasons on this server. I'm not sure who the originator of it is, but it's definitely been built before many times on Titancraft. I'm building this just out of deep slate, so it's going to look pretty boring, but that's okay because it's going to get covered up and decorated later on. This isn't going to stay just a random floating farm on the ocean. Well, the main structure's done, and I was right. I was a little bit off. I ended up with almost a stack left of obsidian, but I used that entire shulker box except for these 60. Quite a lot of obsidian for those max size portals up there, but hopefully that means good results. And I have lit up down here a bit more. I've added some lanterns and some redstone lamps as well. There's going to be some redstone here for the sorting system, probably on this side. And then I have another idea for what I'm going to put over on this side. And then there's not really anything back there yet. And this is going to be bigger eventually. This whole thing is pretty up to change in the future. There's going to be a pretty big structure out here that this is like the center of, but the gold farm itself will stay the same. I'm not taking all that obsidian down and replacing it somewhere else. This is where the gold farm is going, and everything else I change will be around it to fit where it currently is. So the gold farm is staying the same, and everything else around it will possibly be updated in the future. I have some supplies here. I'm going to go add some more things up to the top here. I added some light here as well. These blocks are going to have turtle eggs on them to lead zombie pigmen down here, and there's going to be water leading them down here to the drop chute. So I put these here right now just because stuff was spawning. There was a lot of stuff spawning on this platform, and I did not like that. And it's going to make it working here really annoying if stuff is spawning. I've got a whole bunch of trapdoors here, and I'm going to take these and put them all on the edges like this. There's going to be trapdoors all along all of these, so as they spawn, they'll get attracted to the turtle egg and believe they can walk over, and then when they try to walk over, they'll fall down because the trapdoors will be closed. So I'm going to place all of these trapdoors along the sides of these obsidian, and then we will move on to the next step of the process. And just like that, all of the trapdoors done. And actually I shouldn't have hopped down here because I still need to put the turtle eggs on here. I put trapdoors on here as well, so they'll feel like they can walk right across this. So I'm just going to put a single turtle egg on all of these. Oh, thankfully we have the shopping district here, because there's no way that I feel like farming turtle eggs. And actually I need to put a turtle egg here as well. There we go. And I'm just going to fill this in. But once this is complete, I will basically be able to light the portals, which I'm not sure if I'm going to do right away, because that means stuff is going to start spawning and dropping, and I'm not 100% sure I'm ready for that because I don't have a sorting system yet. But I might put just a small little collection thing down below, and oh, okay, I'm going to deal with these guys. I might put just a small collection down below to okay, I might actually die here. This is bad. Let's leave. Yep, that was very good. All right, I'm going to deal with that and place the water. All right, that's the water done, and no more random spawns from random mobs. And I need to get another totem on me before I die again. And now there's a bunch of stuff spawning up here, of course. And I'm going to cover this top part with slabs, and I have a whole bunch of slabs. And I do not care about any of this. What the heck? Oh, that was just... Okay, that was just really loud, at least in my ear. It was really loud. It sounded like a creeper exploding. I'm just going to go over this entire area. I'm gonna cover the entire thing up, not just the place where there are obsidian and deep slate. I'm going to cover up these holes as well. So apparently this is a creeper farm now. Yeah, so when I closed off the top part with slabs, kind of left the entire thing very dark. Usually the portals would light it up, so just pigmen would spawn. So I'm going to go ahead and kill all these guys. They all should be one-hit kills, so not a big deal. I have set up this collection system here. There's a water stream. The items, this is partially soul sand to for the hoppers underneath to collect the items. And let me duck under here to get that. To collect items from on top. And also so I can put wither roses on top of here so it kills things automatically. So this farm can become automatic if I choose. And then this barrel is here for me to drop items in if they go into my inventory while I'm sitting here killing stuff. I think I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 4 for gold ingots. I mean gold nuggets, and then 1 for gold ingots, and then 2 for rotten flesh. I have no idea what the rates are going to be like. But I'm planning on AFKing here for many hours at a time. So I'm going to set these filters up and then go light the portals up above and just get this thing starting to roll. I'll probably grab some wither roses, put them right here, and have this thing just start automatically killing. And then I have a little project that I'm going to take care of right here. Let's just get this going. I guess I'll just start from the back. I'm not sure how fast this will start working. If it'll start working while I'm here, I'm going to do my best not to go through any of these portals, because I don't really want a portal generating, because I'm going to have my own portal. And looks like we've already got some falling, some spawning and falling, which is very nice. Almost done here. Just 5 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. Looks like we're doing good. It's nice to see this working, and it'll kill the little guys as well. I'm going to go ahead and begin my next project, which all the supplies are in here, which you can probably tell what it is. I'm going to make a farm that's partially for honey bottles and partially for... I might have to turn sounds down while I do this, or at least hostile mob sounds. I'm going to make a bee farm for honey bottles and honeycomb. Wow, that's going to get really old really quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and turn hostile creatures all the way down. Alright, the bee farm is done. Already starting to collect a little bit. I got this little nether portal built. I need to connect it up. Let's see what happens when I... Yep, that's what I figured. Oop. Nope, I got both of them actually. That is not what I figured. I thought that they were all... they were both falling down. I need to wait for this guy to die. There we go. Come on. Can I get this one too? Yep, very nice. Okay, so apparently I don't have to worry about that very much. So I'm just gonna sit here and swing for a while and see what happens. It has been a successful day of AFKing here at the gold farm. I AFK'd here for quite a few hours as I worked, and you know, those hours were filled with way more people than that's even on right now. Like, it's been a pretty busy day, so which is a good test to have it run during a really busy day where I was just sitting here for many hours swinging my sword while I worked. I got a pretty decent amount of nuggets. Not bad. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. This is going to be, I mean, each of these rows is a stack of ingots, so that's good. I got a few stacks of gold ingots, which is nice, and I also got a whole bunch of rotten flesh, which I'm actually pretty happy about. I'm always, since I haven't built a raid farm yet, I'm always looking for ways to get emeralds, and I have a whole bunch of clerics, and I can trade this rotten flesh to the clerics. And then I covered the portal here with trapdoors for this very reason here, because they are very angry at me. Rightfully so. I didn't really think of this until I actually lit the portal, and I I realized that I needed something to block them from coming out, so that works just fine. I've also been kind of checking up on this. Every once in a while I'll just come through here and grab whatever's been dropped here and craft it up and craft the honey bottles up into honey. All in all, I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. The rates could obviously be better, but it was pretty much what I was expecting. Anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Really looking forward to the next one. I'm going to look to do a ton of Nether Hub progress in the next episode. The Nether Hub is going to be my main focus until it's done. Right now, filming this video, it's been basically a month since the server started, and I really want to get the Nether Hub booming with progress as soon as I can. So you'll see lots of that in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.